Good morning. I had an unexpected meditation in the middle of the night, between 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. I found myself falling asleep rather slowly last night, and then when I dozed off, I was awakened almost immediately, or so it seemed. And as I sat in the stillness, I had a tremendous sense of well-being that was being conveyed to me, just an overall sense that everything that is necessary for all of us in this stage of our evolution of consciousness, everything is being provided, and everything is right here, right now, in the present moment. Yesterday, of course, I talked about sitting on the edge of the void, and as I reminisced on that silence throughout the day yesterday and again this morning, both at 1 o'clock, 1 to 2 o'clock, and then again when I woke up just before 5 this morning, I realized how important that stillness is. Sometimes I get so used to the constant thought that flows, the ideas that come to me, the words that I don't physically hear, but yet that come to me in the form of words, the messages that I get from Spirit. And I like it when those messages come, but sometimes there's just stillness, as I've been experiencing lately as I meditate, which is perhaps what most people experience most of the time when they meditate. I don't know what others do, but I know for me a lot of my meditation is contemplation. I'm contemplating the messages that are coming, the thoughts that are flowing, that I'm observing. But over the past couple of days, I've been very aware of this divine stillness. When I finished yesterday's video, I laid down to rest, and I actually fell asleep for a little bit short of an hour and awakened to a dream. And it was one of my flying dreams. I've mentioned those maybe a couple of other times in videos, but frequently in my life, and they're starting to happen more frequently of late. I do have these dreams where I'm able to just sort of fly, hovering above, as it were, scenes. And in yesterday's flying dream, at first I was flying over a city, and to my left there were buildings that were obviously devastated and looked like they had been bombed. They were partially standing and partially fallen, but windows were broken out, etc. And to my right, everything was beautiful and normal. In fact, the overall sense was that how vivid the colors were in the dream. I mean, it was especially the part to my right, which I focused on. I thought, boy, that's beautiful. And then I was approaching, as I was drifting across the city, I was approaching this large building. I don't know what it was. I didn't really see the building as clearly. As what really caught my attention was the fact that I just passed right into the building. And once in there, I saw this woman with a purple sweater. I mean, it was so bright and so vivid, the color in this purple sweater. And she was smiling at me, sitting apparently at a desk. I'm really not certain of that. What really caught my attention was the radiance of her face and the brilliance of the color in the sweater or blouse that she had on. The most vivid purple. And then I I turned as I was moving, continuing to move, and there was this curtain in front of me. And it was sort of like a curtain you might see in a child's room. It was full of colors and shapes. There were diamonds and triangles and squares and circles, and each was a vivid color. And as I passed through that curtain, I woke up with an awareness that in that stillness of the drifting, there was no sound there, but just vivid color. And I had a sense even then of well-being, and I went back and meditated on that again and again throughout the day yesterday, and again as I was meditating in the atrium between 1 and 2 o'clock this morning. And no, that isn't very much sleep, but it's okay, because I'll get sleep as I get it throughout the day, etc. So those of you that are concerned about me not getting enough sleep, it's all in divine order. There is a sense, as I said, of well-being that I'm finding in that stillness, a sense of sufficiency, a sense that powerful forces are at work. And yes, looking back at the dream, there's going to be a level of destruction, a level of things coming down and falling apart. But the overall sense and the vision of looking at this city, which I will call the world, the overall sense is that great beauty is ultimately there, and it's on the creative side. In this ninth wave, we get to co-create. On the left side is what was unconscious to us, and in our state of unconsciousness, there was some devastation because we weren't aware of how we were creating things. But on the right side, in the state of our consciousness, of our awakening intuition, we were able to bring not only wholeness once again, but tremendous beauty, the vividness of colors. And yes, I do believe that on the right side that this woman in this purple that was just glowing, I mean, with her appreciation of what is happening, and then finding all the sacred geometry and again the color in the curtain. I mean, maybe you don't run over things like this in your mind like I do, but I look at those again. I look at them and I ask myself, what does it mean? And Spirit is saying, it's all okay. It's all okay, Ron. It's all okay. Don't get caught up too much in what looks like it could be devastating, because there's something beautiful being created. Something beyond the people that aren't awake. It's beyond their imagination, because they're not giving any credence to their intuition, to their imagination, to their dreams. They're only seeing with fear, through eyes of fear, the things that are coming apart and falling down in the world. But there's a whole lot more going on here than that. And it's all good. Ultimately, it's all good, Ron. So rest assured that you have all the answers inside of you, and all the help that you need, you are being given. And boy, did I have a sense of that last night in the atrium, or I should say last night. It was between 1 and 2 a.m. as I sat in the atrium. I had such a sense that I was being helped, that someone was ready to appear that was going to be able to give me exactly what I needed when I needed it. Which, of course, I related to what's going on in the legal matters, but I think that there's a bigger sense of this that's happening in a lot of our lives, that we're actually being shown glimpses of our higher self and the alliances of other higher selves with our higher self, and a lot of that's ready to manifest. I had the sense that things are ready to manifest in my life in a new and a different way, which gave me some assurance and again a sense of peace. So I don't know if this makes any sense to any of you, and I don't know what you're personally experiencing in your day-to-day thing. I was amazed at how many people said yesterday that they were also experiencing the silence and that stillness and the void. And I guess it just goes to show again that we're all interconnected and we're all one, which is what the revelation of this ninth wave is all about, besides the fact that we're co-creating together a new reality, a new manifestation. We are really, truly interconnected with each other and all one. And it's a beautiful time to be alive. I think I'm going to just leave you with that. It's a little bit shorter again, but not as short as yesterday's video. So I bless you today. And I thank you for the courage that you're showing in embracing your own void, going into your own shadow and your own sometimes dark night of the soul as things collapse in your world. Let them collapse, because it's all in divine order.